Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Destiny Weapon Review. In this premiere episode, we'll be taking a look at the exotic sniper rifle Icebreaker. The Icebreaker is definitely a fan favorite in terms of appearance, resembling a chainsaw. This weapon's ammo counter is unique as well, represented by a meter with 6 lights when both zoomed out and zoomed in. This weapon's damage is very high for a sniper rifle, among the highest in its class. In PvE, it will one-shot enemies of lower tiers, dregs, vandals, goblins, hobgoblins, while requiring 2 to 3 shots to kill the highest tier non-major enemies with non-solar shields, Fallen Captains and Vex Praetorians, with Cabal Centurions and Hive Wizards taking 1 to 2 shots. In PvP, much like all other sniper rifles, a headshot will be a one-hit kill resulting in a dramatic 400 plus damage overkill, and requires 2 shots to the body to kill, although it deals 175 damage per shot to the body, which makes finishing off a target with your primary weapon much easier compared to other snipers. The rate of fire on the Icebreaker is below average compared to other sniper rifles, firing at 48 rounds per minute. However, due to this weapon's unique ammo regeneration feature, you will not be able to fire the weapon at that rate for very long, slowing this weapon's RPM down to as low as 12. Icebreaker will regenerate 1 shot every 5 seconds. You cannot reload the weapon at all, nor can you pick up ammo drops on the ground to speed up the recovery rate of your ammo or use consumables. The regen is both a blessing and a curse. It means you'll never have to worry about ammo, but if you use up your shots too quickly, you'll find yourself sitting idle waiting for shots to regenerate. It definitely can provide burst damage when needed, but those shots need to count when fired. It should be noted that if you die, your ammo resets to 0 and you'll need to wait at least 5 seconds before you can even fire a single shot. Icebreaker's handling is poor, having some of the highest amount of recoil of any sniper in the game. This is not the biggest issue in PvE, where targets do not move and where you have more time to line up your shots or fire from cover. However, in PvP you're going to want to aim for the head because the recoil makes follow-up shots much more difficult to perform. The weapon does not settle back on its initial location, so you'll need to be quick to readjust your shots. Aim time is about 250 milliseconds, with weapon swap time being a full second. Its hipfire accuracy is very poor, but considering it is a sniper rifle, this is to be expected. Magazine capacity is great, with Icebreaker having 6 rounds available at full regen. However, it takes 30 seconds to fully regenerate an additional 6 shots, and if you have full ammo, you do not generate any ammo in reserve. While this weapon can never technically run out of ammo, its on-demand damage is limited to 7 or 8 shots before having to wait for regeneration. As for the upgrades, the first column features the options Accurized Ballistics, Field Choke, and Linear Compensator. Unfortunately, none of these bonuses help to resolve the weapon's main problem, its poor stability. All of these bonuses increase the weapon's damage by the same small amount, increase its range, and increase its recoil, neither of which helps this weapon, considering the range is maxed out and the recoil is very bad. As for which bonus you should select, Linear Compensator increases your recoil by the lowest amount of the 3, and gives the weapon more predictable recoil, although not by much, directing recoil up and slightly to the right. Mulligan is Icebreaker's first main bonus, giving the weapon a small chance to return a shot directly to the magazine. A good bonus overall, considering the nature of this weapon's ammo system. The second column of upgrades features Quick Draw, Send It, and Snapshot. Yet again, these bonuses are not the biggest help for PvE content, none of them increase damage or reduce recoil. Send It is a wasted upgrade since this weapon's range is already at the maximum, and accuracy boosts hipfire performance, which is the last place you'll want to utilize this weapon. The other 2 bonuses are much more PvP focused than PvE. Quick Draw decreases weapon swap time by around 25%, and Snapshot speeds up your aiming down the sight's time, but the amount is almost negligible. I've seen stats that say the speed increase is supposed to be 30%, but after doing tests myself, it wasn't even close to that number. After doing my own tests, there was maybe a half of a frame difference sometimes when aiming in, which is barely anything, if anything at all. In PvE, I value aim down sights time more than swap time, as moments are rare where you will want to quickly switch from your primary to your special weapon, as most sniper users tend to know the spots where they would like to snipe from, but aim time reduction is always valuable, although right now it doesn't seem to do a lot. However, in PvP, I would recommend Quick Draw, since if you hit your target with Icebreaker but do not kill them, they will be incredibly weak, and switching to a weapon with a bit less recoil than Icebreaker would probably be easier than trying to land a follow-up shot, depending on the range that you are shooting other players. Icebreaker's final upgrade is the aptly named Icebreaker, causing targets killed by Icebreaker to explode. However, the range on the explosion created is very small and typically only affects enemies directly next to your target. Nevertheless, with it being a permanent upgrade with no drawbacks, it can only be helpful, but you shouldn't rely on it doing much. In PvE, your loadout does not really matter because the kind of content you are doing will drive what kind of weapons you use. However, in PvP, I would recommend any weapon that can deal at least 25 damage per shot, a scout rifle or a hand cannon, and a heavy machine gun. Since follow-up shots will be more difficult with the Icebreaker, being able to switch to a high-powered primary will ensure your target's demise with only a single shot. The Icebreaker is a very strong weapon. Its high impact ensures you tear enemies to shreds in PvE content, and boasts incredibly impressive body shot damage in PvP, allowing all of your teammates to quickly get rid of any targets hit. Its regenerating ammo ensures that you never run out in both PvE and PvP, which is very handy. However, the regenerating ammo does have its negatives, limiting the amount of damage you can actually deal and not allowing for any reserve ammo. Its stability also leaves a lot to be desired for follow-up hits in PvP. However, if you can tame the beast's recoil in PvP, it is a very menacing weapon that will set your foes ablaze and ensure that you'll never run out of steam in the process.